So, Yooka-Laylee has finally released, but is it worth it? This video isn't a review, even though I will be looking over aspects of the game. It's more of a case of concerning everything surrounding the game, from the concept to its creation to its process and fan feedback. Is purchasing Yooka-Laylee in your best interest? Even though I know a lot of people know the story concerning this game, here's a recap. Microsoft hasn't really given Rare a fair shot at either trying new IPs or new games for certain franchises of theirs. While sure, now Rare is making Sea of Thieves and they also released Rare Replay, but at the time the best we got was Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and we all know how that turned out.
Cars? Cars? Cars! And I, holy shit! We'll always love you! I can't believe you did this to me, goddammit! How could you do this to me?
Some members left Rare and formed their own studio, Platonic Games. They pitched a spiritual successor to their collectathon games of old in a new title called Yooka-Laylee. The game's funding project was announced on Kickstarter on May 1st, 2015. It reached its initial crowdfunding campaign goal of 175,000 quid? Euro? What's the name of the currency there? British money. Its goal was reached within 38 minutes, and its initial highest goal of 1 million British money in 21 hours, at the time becoming the fastest video game in Kickstarter history to reach 1 million US dollars. Platonic Games later sent out a public statement thanking all their supporters and promising more updates in the future. One thing that I found out by doing a little research is that Yooka-Laylee is currently the highest funded UK video game in Kickstarter history, passing the previous record held by Elite Dangerous, earning 2,090,104 British money. Cool! Things so far seem to be going good for the game. Development seemed to be going smoothly, trailers were getting positive reception, the few who have played the game liked it, and some backers got the Toy Box, a small demo showing the physics of the game. Everything was working out fairly well. There was even a trailer showing that Shovel Knight would play a part in the game somehow. Awesome! A multiplayer trailer was revealed, which looks interesting, but it's clearly not the focus at all. It's as simple can be. However, some early reviews had anywhere from mixed to negative reception, so people are starting to freak out if it's another Mighty Shit 9. So, is it? It's... Okay, so the story is standard fare. Capital B stole some pages from a magical book. It's up to our heroes, Yooka and Laylee, to get the pages back and restore peace. It's a standard story, nothing good, nothing bad, just an excuse to wander around and collect a bunch of stuff. I will say, though, that the dialogue is not as clever as I'd like to think that it is. There are plenty of references to other games and their tropes used. It likes to poke fun at those tropes, as well as any tropes used in the game as well. However, just because you make fun of other games doesn't mean that you are better than them. Likewise, making fun of your own faults does not excuse them either. It's fine to break the fourth wall at times, but at a near constant rate, it doesn't help to make the world seem believable. It's less heroes save the world and more heroes know they have to save the world so they do it out of obligation. When even your own heroes aren't invested, why should the player be? And while I'm sure the constant sound bits used for character dialogue was charming back in the day, it's pretty annoying now.
Yo-ho! Yeah, yo, 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 yo,
The graphics are actually pretty good. It's not super detailed and realistic, but it's not supposed to be. The colors are vibrant and plentiful, even in darker areas. I mean, the graphics still look a little last gen, but it's also on last gen consoles, so it makes some sense. The gameplay. Oh boy. Okay, it works just fine when the camera is compliant and the controls work properly. For some reason, Yooka doesn't have much traction, so after you stop moving, he slides forward just a bit, similar to Mega Man 1. This can be a problem when you're trying to do precise edge jumping platforming, and he goes too far off and you fall all the way down. The power-ups and abilities are all functional and fun to use, except for one of the earliest ones, the rolling move. It's physics-based, which is usually okay, except it seems you can only jump while rolling when the game wants it, and it being physics-based is a pain in the ass for ice-based platforming. Oh good. Bad physics plus bad ice physics plus inconsistent platforming equals FUCK! I didn't really like the music, or rather didn't really notice it. Instead of having something memorable that will stay in my head, it just seemed like background ambiance. Maybe some people might like it, but it all seemed like generic music. Of course, I finished Nier Automata before playing this game, which has a really good soundtrack, so maybe I just got spoiled beforehand. Maybe it's just me, but this game was boring. You know how in some games after you finish the main quest, you go back and clean up and it's much more boring? That's how I felt when I first pressed start. I went in optimistically, but that doesn't help when my accomplishments felt unsatisfying. Now, I do have more to say about this game, but this is not a review. The point of this video is to say whether or not it is worth it to buy this game. So with all this said, is Yooka-Laylee worth it? Kind of. Maybe. Sorta. Okay, it's not a bad game, but it's not an entirely good one either. It's just kinda in the middle. If you are indifferent, don't really bother to rush out. I'd say that if you really want to play it, wait for a price drop. It might be worth it.
Oh, now I make it.